Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below. This morning, Monday, the CCSA early today has reported 15,972 new cases of COVID reported within a 24-hour period, some 6,000 to 7,000 less than we've seen on other days. In the same period, 17,281 recoveries are reported, but sadly 256 deaths attributed to the virus. Wednesday sees the potential reopening for most eateries around the nation. The Royal Gazette confirms opening but doesn't list any additional requirements for customers or staff testing. That may well change if provincial governors implement their own extra conditions, which they can do at any time. No alcohol sales on site, of course, but at least the chance to dine out, even in the so-called red or dark red zones. Seen as a move to restore the ailing economy. At the same time, shopping malls, salons, barber shops, foot massages and sports fields will be allowed to again open under certain conditions too. It appears that the authorities are simply asking business operators to ensure that staff have the opportunity to be vaccinated. Schools, tuition centres, spas, amusement and water parks, along with fitness clubs, meeting rooms and swimming pools are to remain closed. Previously, the CCSA advised that for many businesses, including eateries, only those with proof of COVID vaccination or who used fast test kits prior to entrance would be allowed to be served. The Gazette statement makes no reference to that. Bangkok Air has emailed all its online customers at the weekend to advise of a security breach of their database. It seems a cybersecurity attack has successfully accessed personal data of customers, to the extent of full names, nationality, contact details, passport details, and at least a part of the sequence of numbers that are used to make up your credit card. All customers have been advised to amend their passwords and the PIN numbers, along with 3-digit passcodes on their credit or debit cards. This mammoth cyber raid has raised concern amongst the public as to the security of other similar companies who retain customer details to such an extent, well after the purchase is completed. When lawyers sue lawyers, you know it's getting serious, and a defamation complaint was filed before the weekend by one of at least 2 lawyers who received the video clip showing the suffocation of a drug trafficker in Nakhon Sawan by police. It seems the lawyer who posted the clip on social media claimed that the other was lax in posting his copy as he tried to blackmail the top cop, now nicknamed Joe Ferrari. Denying the claim, the lawyer has filed a case of defamation. This, as the top cop himself has now pled not guilty in court against all charges, including causing the death of the man by suffocating him whilst his hands were tied with several plastic bags. This surprise plea follows what appeared to be a frank admission during a press conference at the end of last week. Filing not guilty, though, could see one of 2 outcomes: remand in prison or bail. And bail in this country is a real option, despite the charges and an initial consideration that he was a flight risk. Over 10,000 jailbirds are in the process of being released and their offences erased from their records after the legislation of the sale of the use of Kratom leaves. Previously illegal under the Narcotics Act, the leaves have now been relisted as a herbal remedy, and sales are legal to all but minors, pregnant women and those who buy online. Concern has been raised at the massive number of jellyfish along Thailand's coastlines. This follows the sad death of a 9-year-old non-Thai lad who was stung on Koh Phangan over the weekend. With vinegar the best cure for jellyfish stings, so-called vinegar points could be installed along much of the coastline. Jellyfish have one serious predator, the tuna fish, but as in most of the world, jellyfish populations have grown unabated as the widespread overfishing of tuna continues. Meanwhile, in our own province of Chonburi, the Provincial Governor's Office has reported this morning 747 new cases of the virus, with Sirachar reporting 230, Chonburi City 185, Banglamung including Pattaya only 90, and Sattahip down to 19, with the balance spread around the province. 5 deaths have been attributed to the virus within a 24-hour period. Friday evening and much of Saturday saw residents and businesses cleaning and pumping dirty water from their premises after the heaviest floods in perhaps 10 years, which saw storms put the city into gridlock on Friday. Despite waist-deep water in many places, it cleared within 4 to 6 hours and teams were quickly out restoring the beach road area and shoreline. By midday Friday, the city was split in two, with travel from one side to the other impossible for most vehicles. The weekend saw more rain and minor flooding, and we are to expect further storms today through to at least middle of the week. Whilst wading in the water appears to be a novelty to some, most know by now that the brown-coloured water which arrives clear from the skies is mostly polluted from flooded drains and, worse, sewers, and it is essential to wash properly with antiseptic if you get caught out. As Koh Larn Island announces its reopening at the start of September, so the Pattaya Marine Office intends to take a swipe at some 39 businesses which are deemed to have encroached beach and sea areas. The NCPO issued an order in 2017 to exempt those who had built structures for residential and non-commercial use prior to 1994. That, however, offers no protection to commercial premises anywhere, and lawsuits were filed against them over a year ago. This as the Marine Office negotiates with Pattaya City over the expansion of beach road and footpaths by just 4 metres along the promenade, and it's also expected that moves will be made against those along Walking Street, which encroach on beach frontage that they control too. And with the Met Office promising highs today of just 30 dropping down to 27, an overcast day, with a very good chance of heavy storms at any time through the day. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,